Hi.
Hi.
Did you know your manifestation portal is going to open tomorrow?
My what is going to open tomorrow? For who?
Yeah, girl, your manifestation portal. Are you ready?
What does that even mean?
Same. So, for those of you listening, I'm sorry, but I don't believe in the stars and the stripes. I'm not one of those people that the stars are dictating your future. Like, there ain't some mythical vortex in the sky pulling on the gravity of my follicles through Jupiter's butthole saying that I'm gonna have a great day. I'm just not that bitch. I'm just not. I'm not. But apparently I was at dinner this weekend for Jordan's birthday, you know, the crazy one. I really want to have her on this podcast because she's bananas and I think that she would
I love
fucking
her.
kill it on here and people would love her. Anyway, so I'm at her birthday dinner this past weekend and one of her friends is very into astrology. She looks right at me, she goes, "What's your sign?" And I was like, "Oh God, here we go."
Here we go.
And I
They're
was
like,
like, "I'm
what
an
time were you
Aquarius."
born?
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, what's your rising moon sunset on Uranus?" And I was like, "Bitch, I don't know. I'm like a hop, skip, and a jump from fucking over this conversation." And she's like, "Oh, okay. Well, you know." And I was telling her about sort of my situation in life. And she was like, "Oh, well, you know what? Now's a good time to be putting what you want out there. Your manifestation portal's going to open on 8/8. And I went, "My what?" She goes, "It's the time of year when you really just put into the universe what you want, and the manifestation portal receives all this energy and really puts back what you." And she said some other stuff, but I just tuned out, and all of a sudden I started playing like the Labubu song in my head or something, and I was just like, "I can't wait! So excited! I'm gonna have to bleach it. Can't wait! My butthole is gonna be open on 8/8." Yeah,
You're-
I don't.
Everybody, open up your buttholes. 8/8.
Bitch, I was drinking. Everybody, gape your holes on 8/8. It is the
8/8.
day.
Connor's
Let's
going to
gape
be
these
like,
hoes.
finally.
Connor's gonna be like, "Yes, now we can peg." I'm fucking dead. Not the
Oh my
manifestation
God. Not
portal.
a minute. Yeah. I think it's 8/8 because kids are going back to school and parents actually have time to do shit and get shit done and accomplish things. That seems like not a coincidence.
Right, now that's some manifestation shit. Get my kids out of my house.
Yeah, please take my children.
Take my children. Manifest that shit, bitch.
I don't really even understand what manifesting is.
I mean, I believe in manifestation not because there's some universal thing that controls that, but I believe in manifestation because it's putting your own energy out there. You are motivating yourself to accomplish your goals, right?
Okay.
You work towards
Yeah.
your goals. Manifestation is I see something, I want it, I'm going
Is
after it.
effort.
I believe, right. It doesn't mean that you put it out in the universe and you sit around watching your stories all day. No, bitch. You want to
Right.
manifest that shit, then you go out there and you think about it and you do it. You know what? You want the lottery, then you got to play to win. You know what I mean? I'm not manifesting. I literally have been saying every day for the last 20 years, I wish a pile of money would fall into my lap. Okay? I'm manifesting that shit. Where's my pile of money? $5 ain't a pile
Well,
of money.
I don't
to
know.
me.
Ask tomorrow. Maybe the portal's going to open up and suddenly you're just going to have a bunch of cash dumped in your lap.
Well, you got to play to win. You want to manifest that shit, then you got to get a ticket. You know what I mean?
Manifestation portal. What do people go through in life that they genuinely believe these things?
I'm trying to be nice. So I really fucking need to ask you, and I know we've been waiting to talk about this. I saw your post about what happened on the Tampa Elite Facebook page or whatever with Bree's sexy body on someone's
I know
phone
it.
and Connor's name popping up on the phone. Okay, wait. Start from the beginning. Break it down. What the fuck happened?
This was like the how this happened is so simple and boring, but the aftermath is so crazy. So we met Chris and Bree and some friends out in St. Pete on Saturday. Chris and Bree were
Okay.
already there. And when we finally met up with Chris and Bree, we hung out, whatever, and then Chris realized he lost his phone somewhere along the way. So we're on the way home. And suddenly our phones are blowing up. And someone had found Chris's phone on the sidewalk and posted on a huge page. It's called I Love St. Pete, but it has like thousands and thousands and thousands of people on it. And they showed a picture of Chris's wallpaper, which is this just beautiful, sexy photo of Bree. And then Connor's name was the last person that had texted Chris, and it said, "We're here." So I didn't really think anything of it. I was just like, okay, sure. Next day, I have messages in my message requests. I have friends texting me. I have, like, apparently the comments on this post were wild. I didn't see, but people were like, that's not his wife. Does his wife know that he's texting this girl saying, oh, like, I'm here? Does his wife, like, you know, and then people that happen to know Brie and I were friends, they're like, does Gina know that Connor's texting Brie behind her back? Like, such a reach. I had friends that I don't even really know that well that live in St. Pete and were like, hey, girl, I got this sent to me. Like, I don't want to be the one to, like, show you this, but, like, here you go. And I'm like, and apparently the comments on that post were like nuts because Brie is just objectively hot.
For those that haven't, like, well, obviously you guys don't know Brie. We're not all like friends. Go to Gina's like personal page, or I think like our account follows her. Like, look at our friends on Instagram and look up Brie. Stunning woman. I'm talking cover of Sports Illustrated type of stunning. Beautiful inside and out human being. I mean,
super
like,
fit, gorgeous body.
Super fit, super model fit, gorgeous. And the photo on Chris's phone is va-va-vo. So I can only imagine what these nasty ass country.
They were like, Connor's a lucky guy. Whoever this Connor is a lucky guy.
Girl, the basement Bobs were probably eating that shit up.
The basement Bobs. And people were itching for a story. I'm like, let me tell you how boring this is.
Here's the thing about that, though. Good on your friends and the universe for looking out for my girl. Like, you know what? I will say that is kind of like anticlimactic, but also bananas and pajamas. But kudos to everybody for like, you know what? Y'all ain't gonna fuck with G like that. You know what?
I know.
Props.
God
props.
forbid.
You got people looking out for you.
Not that Connor ever would, but he sure now knows he done can't. Because I will find out.
No, Connor
and not
never
because
would.
I'm snooping, but because other people would. Yeah, he would never. But like,
no, he would never.
So,
that would eat him alive. He just has morals like that. And you know who would eat him alive? His mother. Right, Mama Beth, who we now know watches the show. For those of you that don't know, Mama Beth came out yesterday. She posted on our YouTube video. She was like, yes, Diet Coke and Coke is the way. I'm not
Mountain
playing.
Dew.
And Mountain Dew. Mama Beth, I love you so much. That shit was funny.
what did you do this weekend? Did you get? Did you have any crazy cheating rumors?
No, we didn't cheat, but I was booked and busy. I had 7 different events this past weekend. It was just like one thing after another. You know, she's out and about. I'm networking for some career reasons and doing some, you know, stuff here and there and meeting people. Some people were in town. But my highlight of my weekend, to be quite frank, was going to Joey's niece, Amelia, who we talked about, who I fucking love and adore. I will continue to say that for the rest of my life. She turned 2 on Sunday. So we went out.
She had a Grinch party in July.
She had a Grinch party in July. It was so funny. For the longest time, she wanted Monsters, Inc. And so her mom, hi, Jordan, she listens. Her mom was, you know, her mom and her dad, Mitch, were showing her like, hey, you know, Monsters, Inc. showing her pictures or Grinch because she loves the Grinch. And she kept saying, Grinch, Grinch, Grinch. So they're like, all right. So I walk in and it is red and green everywhere. They are full-blown Christmas musicking it. They did it in one of those like indoor jamboree kind of places. Apparently they're really big here. And it was actually a really cool thing. And there were a bunch of little kids there. Joey's friend Asia brought their 4-year-old daughter Irie, who I'd never met, who is also
what a beautiful
so
name.
Adorable. Beautiful
Irie?
name. Irie.
How does that spelled?
I think it's with an A. I don't know. I'll have to ask Asia. But she is the cutest. This young girl, young lady is going to be quite beautiful when she grows up. And so sweet, so well mannered. Like she comes up, she goes, I'm Ari, and she shakes my hand, and she's 4. She just turned 4. I was like,
that's really sweet.
Yeah, I was like, your mom and daddy raised you right. You got some good parents. And Asia, who I also love, I've hung out with them many times, and I love Asia. They're friends from high school. That was the highlight of my weekend, honestly, was going to that birthday party. I just had so much fun just watching her. She loves the slide. She loves slides. And so Joey and I are with her, and she prefers to walk up the slide and come down the slide. She is no fear. This child will climb, and I'm like, you are no fear. So she reaches out for my hand, and she takes my hand, and she's walking up the slide, and she turns around, and you know she's got to sit on her biscuits, and so she's like a little hesitant because it's kind of high up, and there's no rails or anything. And so before she'll sit down, she'll reach out for my hand again after she turns around, and I'm like, you can do it. So we worked on being a brave girl, and eventually she sat down by herself, and she'd go way down. It was so much fun, and we did that about 2 200
Sweet.
times. And then I just kind of walked her around and I was like, you want to go to the ball pit? I kind of just like gently tossed her in and she's like giggling and
Shoved
then
her in
like,
there.
and then I'm like shuffling the balls and she, you know, when you're in a ball pit, you go down like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like throwing the balls on her and she's laughing and she's covered up in the ball pit up to her neck and she's just having the time of her life. And then we got out of that and they have this trampoline thing and we go on the trampoline and she's just jumping and jumping. She had the best time of her life. It was just so fun watching
happy
her.
birthday.
Happy birthday,
Grinchmas.
Amelia. Happy Grinchmas
Yeah.
birthday, Amelia. Yeah, it was a lot of
Sweet.
fun. Yeah, it was a good weekend. It was a highlight of the weekend, and went to the beach on Friday. So because we talked last week, I was like, oh, I look so pale compared to you, and so I was like, I should go to the fucking
Oh my
beach and get some
God.
sun.
I
So
made
to the
you
beach on
so
Friday.
insecure that you went to the beach.
I don't know that I would say insecure. My best friend Sandra was like, we're taking the day off and we're going to the beach. You want to come? Fuck yes, I'm going. I need to get out of this
Yes.
house. We went all
Say
the way up to
less.
Malibu. Actually, I want to talk about that. I haven't really talked about this with anybody. So we went up to Malibu, like a little bit, like almost to the Palisades. And I haven't been up that way since the fires. And when I tell you my mouth was on the ground the whole time, like for those of you that are familiar with the PCH, like you just drive on the PCH for miles and miles and miles. It's on literally the coast. And for a good chunk of it, it's just houses and houses and houses that literally sit on the ocean. Like that's just, hello, beachfront property. When I tell you I've never seen so much ocean on the PCH, it was almost, I was
Wow.
just shocked. It would be like 4, 5, 6 houses and then just a mile of nothing but pylons in the
devastating.
ocean. But the thing that really kind of like took me back, I'm getting chills talking about it. There was a section where they hadn't cleared the cars out yet. And it looked like an
for some reason,
apocalyptic
seeing
movie.
burn cars for whatever reason just look super
was-
post-apocalyptic.
It did. That's exactly
You got
what it
me.
looked like. I thought I was looking at a movie scene. It was
Yeah.
these cars were like just on wheels. They
Really
were like, you could
terrible.
tell they were melted down, but they had been rusted because you're at the beach. It's been 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
It was just wild to look at. And they were just surrounded by like burnt trees and like folded in like metal structure. It was wild. I felt like I was looking at a Hollywood movie scene.
Yeah.
It was
Ugh,
insane.
devastating. Well,
Yeah, it
and it's
was
crazy. You
devastating.
see these things happen, and then you see the aftermath in person, and it's just, oh my gosh. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll take hurricanes, I think, over shit burning any day.
I mean, what's worse, fire or water?
I don't know. I get,
I know.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't really know, to be honest.
I know. Anyway, on a lighter note,
Yeah.
sorry everybody, we went to a
Oh my
really dark place.
God.
But anyway, I wanted to share that with you that I hadn't like really seen that.
Yeah, that's really sad. Well, did you have a good beach day? Wait, you
Yeah, it
did
was a
get
great beach
MRSA
day.
at the beach.
I didn't not at the beach.
I don't
think it
even
was from being
remember
around
what
the
MRSA
children.
is. Why did I think that? Like, why did I
don't
think
know.
of MRSA?
I don't know.
Wasn't that
But
a
I did get
rash?
sick. I don't know.
I thought it was
what
something that
what did
people
happen
got
is-
from dirty water.
I don't know. I don't
I don't
know.
know either.
I don't know if it's rash. I think people like, isn't it a bowel disease? I don't know. Somebody Google it.
I have
don't
no
know.
clue.
I don't either. But I did get fucking sick, probably from being around those kids. But today is the
Yeah.
first day all week that I actually feel normal and human and not congested and exhausted. Like I don't know what it was. I have a theory,
That's how I
but
was
I
this
was
week.
just like tired, congested. My friend Belinda had it last week. Joey was feeling that way a couple days ago. But I mean, y'all, it knocked me on my fucking ass starting Sunday night, Monday morning. Today's the first day I woke up and I was like, I can breathe through my nose. It was great.
Oh, yeah. I felt the same way all week, but it was just like lethargy, like severe lethargy. Like
Lethargy?
couldn't
Is that
bother me to
lethargic energy?
like, yeah. Yeah, it's being
Is that a
lethargic.
real word or a Gina word?
I think it's a real word. Lethargy? Let me look it up. That's a good question. I've always said it, so hopefully it's real. I don't know. My mom made up a lot of words, so
Oh, yeah, Don
yes,
Davis do be
yes.
making up words.
Lethargy is a word. It's like the noun of being lethargic.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, because lethargic is that a verb?
If you are lethargic, would that be an adjective?
That would not be a verb. Being lethargicized.
Lethargic. It's
being
it's an adjective.
adjective. Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
lethargy is the noun, lethargic is the adjective, the act of being something. Fun little grammar lesson. Hello.
Yeah. Pause. I'm about to shit myself.
Okay. I have to pee anyway. Perfect.
Okay, and we're back.
Oh, and we are back. Well, do you know what I would really love to talk about
Who?
with you, sir? I told you to watch Hunting Wives. You watched it. I can't
Okay.
wait to dish it.
I watched it. So I hate that I watched it now that I've watched it, but I did have to binge it because I did need to know what happened next. I watched the first 3 episodes like earlier in the week and I was like, wait, this is kind of good. And I binge watched the rest of the 6 episodes last night. And I didn't go to bed till almost 1 o'clock because I needed to finish it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to start by saying that show is fucking terrible in terms of the writing, the acting, the storyline. There's so many plot holes. It's so over the top. I felt like I was watching a redneck Republican novella. That's exactly what it was like. And I couldn't fucking stop watching the train wreck. I was like, bodies everywhere, literally. Everyone's fucking each other. It's just lesbians. For those who haven't seen, okay, wait, pause, because we're going to talk about it in depth. If you have not watched it, I am telling you right now, you're going to get spoiler alerts. You need to go on your phone.
Skip.
And you need to hit your little skip button, your little +10. You need to go to the next chapter. But you're going to get spoiler alerts because I need to talk about it. 5, 4, 3, 2, I warned you. Okay. The ending was absolutely insane. I predicted the ending. I knew exactly what it, I knew it on episode like 4 or 5. Oh, as soon as I found out the gun was missing, I knew who it was.
Yeah, same. But I feel like they kind of low-key left it on a cliffhanger at the same time too. But there's supposed to be a season 2. But the way that they left it and like some of the questions I'm seeing on socials is like just questioning, I can't even remember her name, the mom that ended up dying because what's her name shot her. The mom of the boyfriend.
The mom of the boyfriend, Jill.
Yeah, like some people are still speculating that what's her name is covering up for Jill.
What's her name?
The main character. It's been 2 weeks since I watched it, so I don't. Margot, yeah.
They think Margot's covering up for Jill.
That's what I'm seeing on the TikToks, but I don't know. Honestly,
make that make sense.
Yeah, I'm not saying I agree with it. Honestly, the ending, I like don't even care about. I want to talk about the sex of it all. Okay.
We'll talk about the ending in a second because I do want to talk about that. But the sex of it all. For those that haven't watched it, pegging. There is pegging.
There's pegging.
There
is pegging. I literally saw that, and I know this is so gross, but I was like, oh my God, CJ.
I thought about that too because we talked about pegging. And I'm not surprised because that woman is definitely a top. She has big top energy from jump.
The whole time, I understand. It was kind of like a smut book that almost has smut for no reason. You know what I mean? Like reason. I could have gotten the point without all of the sex scenes for sure. I don't know, like I get it. And I cannot be the only one. Mind you, when I binged this all day on a Saturday, I was progressively getting more intoxicated and Connor was like reading in the corner. I like have had bourbon in my hand for the last 4 hours. And I'm sitting there and I'm like watching this and like these are objectively stunning women. Yeah. And I'm like, am I the only one questioning my sexuality right now?
I mean, even I was like, oh, this is kind of hot.
I was like, ooh. Ooh.
A lot of women on women action in this movie.
A lot of women on women. And then I really thought about it and I was like, you know what? The hardware just ain't for me. The thought of that makes me a little nauseated. And that's how I knew I wasn't a lesbian by the end of the show. But my gosh.
It's not for me either.
Listen, I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy watching it either. Bree texted me and she was like, we're watching Hunting Wives. The guys love it. And I was like, of course they do.
Of course they do.
Of course they love it.
It's not for me. I don't like vaginas.
It was quite a bit. And also I have to say, Brittany Snow's character, what was her name? I forgot everyone's names already.
And I forgot her name too. The girl that played the Pitch Perfect. She's come a long way since Pitch Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a hard time when I'm reading something, when I'm watching something, when someone just continuously makes stupid fucking decisions.
Stupid fucking decisions. Joey kept saying, I fucking hate this girl. Like, you have issues.
She doesn't learn. You're kind of a shitty mom, to be honest.
Shitty mom, shitty wife. Girl, you ain't never home with your kid. You ain't never home with your kid.
And, you know, in the beginning, I was kind of like, ooh, the husband, like, he's really holding this, you know, this DUI that she had over her head where she had killed somebody. And then towards the end, I'm like, no wonder. He has to be this way because she fucking sucks.
Awful. Like, ain't never at home. Your husband's always asking where you are. Your kid's asking where you are. You literally never home. All you do is go to this woman's house, her lake house, and eat her coochie. Like, it's just...
Yeah.
It's wild.
And okay, also, when they were doing the scene where, you know, they went to the lake house at night and the two boys came over, like the night that the murder happened, right? And they're like doing a bunch of tequila and Xanax, and like
Snorting
that was
Xanax.
like snorting Xanax. Okay. I don't mind putting I take Xanax for sleep anxiety. Okay, like I am prescribed Xanax as needed. Okay,
Who snorts Xanax?
As someone who has taken Xanax, how the fuck did they stay up that late snorting Xanax and
They were
drinking
treating it like
tequila?
cocaine. I was like,
right.
I would have been passed out.
I would have been passed the fuck out, and not after a few hours. That shit kicks in like 30 minutes. I would have been dead on the couch. I sure as hell wouldn't have been fucking nobody or killing nobody. I'm asleep. Like Xanax was the drug of choice.
Yeah, it was weird.
Whoever wrote that in there, he ain't never done a drug before.
It was, there was so much that was so unrealistic and so over the top.
Yes. Yes.
It was wild. And there's so many plot holes. Like, they didn't check the girl's phone records until like 3 episodes in. I'm like, are you guys police officers? That would have been the first thing that I would have done. You didn't check the fucking girl's phone records? Her phone was missing, and you didn't think to check the phone records. What?
Do you know what I thought was so funny? And I don't know if this was intentional, but like the sheriff, the woman's husband.
The one getting pegged.
The one getting pegged. He just kind of wasn't really, he was just kind of going with it, going with the flow. He gets pegged, and about 10 minutes later, he's going into the office and he's like, no one's working hard enough in here. I'm a man. After he just got fucked in the butt.
Right.
Like,
including him. He was a terrible sheriff. Terrible sheriff.
The whole thing, but I couldn't, honestly, at the same time, it's one of those shows where I was like, I love this. I'm going to keep watching it.
I couldn't stop watching. It was so
I couldn't
tragic.
stop watching.
I don't know if it was because I needed to know what happened, or I needed to know how the fuck are you going to pull this storyline? Where are you going to go with this next? Because it was so many tangents with like the pedophile Pistol Pete or whatever his name was.
Yep. Loose ends everywhere.
Sidebar, did you know he's really dead? He died a few minutes later. Pistol Pete, pedophile Pete. He died a few months later because he had pancreatic cancer during filming. Yeah, if you look at the end of the episode, it said in loving memory of, his real name is Pete something. And I looked it up. I was like, who died? Who's that? And I looked. He died like 6 months after filming, before the show even came out, because he had pancreatic cancer. He had stage 4 cancer while they were filming that. His hair was a wig. That's why he was always in a hat.
Bless his heart.
I was shocked. I was like, well, damn, he died of cancer, but you guys blew his fucking brains out. He put a gun to the bottom of his chin, and his brains came out of the top of his head, and they showed it. Wild. I was so shocked by that.
That is crazy. I had no idea. But yeah, and there was a million different storylines, I felt.
A million.
We could have picked 2. And I think it would have been, we could have gotten to the same place.
I was like, she is being swayed by this typical high school jock that's, I love you, baby, I'll never hurt you, while he's also fucking the head housewife and like, just, I was honestly kind of shocked there was no gay character, like gay male character. I honestly thought it was either going to be the sheriff or it was going to be Jill's husband, the pastor. I was like, definitely the pastor, because that's so typical. The pastor's always the one diddling kids or, you know, fucking guys. So it's like, but no, I was shocked. It was all lesbian action.
Just the lesbos. I have to say, I don't really see a lot of lesbian entendres in most shows. I typically, I do feel like it's mostly gay men. Don't you? I don't feel like I see a lot of lesbians.
I think I see more lesbians. Maybe it's just because I'm more paying attention to it. Yeah,
maybe.
Because I think it's a safer bet, especially with a show like that and knowing the audience. It's a very specific Live, Laugh, Love crowd that watches that. And so the lesbianism is a safer bet, I think, than watching guys.
That's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I feel like it's less passé, if you will.
Yeah, I hear that. And I agree, especially in that setting, like conservative Texas. I agree.
Right.
I totally
agree.
The
audience that watches that is not, it's a specific crowd that's obviously geared toward. Did you think Margot was the one that did it?
Yes, but then I was like, that's too obvious. It's not going to be her. Because immediately I was like, it's obviously Margot. She took the gun. No one was out the house other than, and I knew it wasn't the 2 young boys. Yeah,
I knew it wasn't the boys. I didn't know it was that because he was too distraught about it. But like they kept pushing the Jill narrative. She kept talking to everybody about Jill. I was like, oh, you're trying to frame this woman. Because they all stab each other in the back. I was like, typical. This is real life. And because I lived that life. That is definitely how it is at least in North Carolina. And so I was just like, it's definitely got to be this woman. And I think the reason they were pushing Jill is, did you know that the book and the show completely different endings?
Really?
In the book, it was Jill. And so
Oh.
I think that they were also trying to push the book idea on people, and instead they spun it.
Maybe.
Yeah. And in the book, Jill's the one that kills the girl, and Jill ends up killing Margot.
Oh, okay. So then
Yeah.
why? You know what? I'll bet. I think because there's a season 2, they probably switched up the ending. But I didn't think it was going to be Margot. I was like, that is way too fucking obvious. It's not going to be her. And then, sure enough.
Yeah. A lot of nudity. There was one male nude scene, that brother with his little tallywhacker hanging out when
Yeah.
she
I
goes
yep.
to the trailer park and he opens the doors like,
He
what are you
had a
doing in here? I
hog.
was like, a hog. It's
A
quite
hog.
likely not real. Somebody told me that when
Oh, really?
men are naked in TV and movies, that it's some sort of rule that it has to be a prosthetic.
Oh, how does that work?
Andy told me that. Well, you make a
Like, how do
prosthetic
you-
and then, you
Just slip it over? How does
Sock
it
it
stay on? How does it stay on a soft penis?
probably the same way they do prosthetic noses.
With glue.
It's just
What
like
do
a
you mean?
sock situation. And like putty and glue and like glue. It's
Oh.
probably not on
Oh
the
my
shaft.
gosh.
It's probably like,
Can you
it
imagine?
probably goes over the whole unit like a sock or a jock strap or something.
I can only imagine the poor makeup intern. They're like, "This is your job. You gotta stick this on there."
It was a sight to see. Both Joey and I were like, oh, adios mios. I mean,
I know,
good on you.
It's a big old wing dog. Good for you. Well, I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. If there's a season 2, I'm 100% gonna watch it, and I'm 100% gonna binge it.
I'm on the fence just because it wasn't good TV. It was just, I couldn't stop
Entertaining.
watching TV.
It was entertaining
Yeah.
TV. Which, you know what? I feel like I haven't seen a lot of. So I will take it. I need our manifestation hole to manifest Amy Bradley right in front of us and where she is and what happened to her. Are you watching that? If you guys have not watched that, it's on Netflix, right?
Amy fucking Bradley. Yes. So Amy fucking Bradley. Let's talk about it. Okay, set it up. Who is this bitch?
Okay.
I remember
Amy
this.
Bradley. I was too young because it was what, 1998?
It was
When she went
98, 99. Yeah, I was in high school. I
Yes.
remember this.
So this family from where? I don't even know. Kentucky or somewhere? Middle America. A Middle American family.
Yeah. Middle
They took a
Americans love
cruise.
cruises.
Yes, went on a cruise, and they docked at Curacao. And
Yes, but the story happens before that.
yes, so but point is, homegirl went in Curacao, and the
Allegedly.
daughter of the family went missing, and they've never found her.
To this
kind
day.
of. Yes, to this day. Went missing off of a cruise ship. There's only so many places you can go. People thought she like fell over. Some people thought she got smuggled off. Some people thought she intentionally left and was like looking for drugs and got into a bad situation. All of these theories. But they just did another documentary. I think it was on Netflix. It's a limited series. It's an easy watch.
Yeah.
Go watch it.
3 episodes. Yeah, it's
3
a limited
episodes.
series.
It's very, very easy watch. And apparently there's been new revelations regarding Amy Bradley since the new documentary came out and her whereabouts.
Yeah, it's wild. So I remember this. This family was all over TV. They were on America's Most Wanted. I think they did something with Unsolved Mysteries. It was all over the news. It was constantly being talked about. I remember it. I remember seeing it on Fox News because Nima and Kip loved Fox News when I was a kid. Like, I just very vividly remember the story. And there's this person named Yellow that they're trying to blame, who was this bass player and this guitar that she was seen hanging out with. And I've seen people online be like, they were hanging out. He was luring her in and they were flirty. I was like, pause. Flirty my ass. This woman, I knew in the first photo, this woman is lesbian. I'm talking like top
I
energy
thought the same
lesbian.
thing.
Well, there was tons of interviews with people that she was in love with. And that
Right.
there was a whole storyline about it. She is not
All
going
women, by
after
the way,
this.
guys.
All women.
All women.
And this man was not a looker, older.
No.
Like, it was just wouldn't have been her type. So there was a reason that she was around him. So I do think the drug thing is part of it. There's a lot of weirdness to it. And this was like in the 90s, right? So cruises didn't have a lot of the
98.
security that they had in place. Because my first cruise was in like 2009, and I remember it was just very kind of go with the flow. Like you scanned in and out of the
Yeah.
boat, but there's no scanning. I don't know. There's something about the story that doesn't seem right. I will say that.
I agree.
And there are all these new revelations. So what are the revelations that you heard with people thinking that they're now in the FBI?
So wait, who's in the FBI?
The online private investigators.
Oh, got you. The people. Okay. So the theory that I believed before I looked on the interwebs is that she got into some trafficking and just over time trauma, maybe had children and couldn't leave, whatever the case.
Stockholm
and is still
syndrome.
there. Yeah. That's kind of what my thought was. But now, based on the TikToks and all the things that I'm seeing, I think that this girl is DEAD, and I think that her family is acting like she's not DEAD to continue to receive funds for her missingness.
Bingo. I think there's money involved. 110%. Okay, why do you think that she is not alive?
I think that she got trafficked. I think that stuff did happen, but I don't think she's alive anymore. Like, I think that was short-lived.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen anything that anyone's seen her since like the early 2000s, because people were claiming that they saw her on these islands and that they looked just like her. They did image scanning and it was her. I believe that. I don't think she's alive anymore. And I think her family kind of gave up on her, but they were making a good payday off of all of it with all the documentaries and stuff. Cause their house is nice. Did you see the house? The house is nice.
Yeah, they had a lifestyle of means when this happened. I mean, it's very obvious when you look at their family history. I definitely think there's money involved. I think there always was money involved. There's something in my gut after watching it and after kind of just looking more into the story and going back to some things that I remember from the past, like the original articles that came out. The story's a little bit different from the dad in terms of like what they saw and kind of what they remember. Like the timeline is a little bit different. There's something about the storyline from the brother and the dad that's not sitting right with me. I think
agree.
The mom is completely oblivious to everything. I think the mom really does has this I want my child sort of situation. Like there's something about
She's sobbing the whole time on the documentary.
Yeah, she's just very oblivious. The father, it was very clear that the father hated the fact that she was a lesbian. Hated it. And there are people online that think like, well, of course they're Trump supporters and all this stuff. I was like, Trump was not running for president in the 90s.
Trump supporters
like,
is 98. Like,
it was
especially
98.
in that time,
like, you guys are dumb.
no one at that time, realistically, especially in that area of the United States, just immediately accepted their child being gay.
Correct. We're talking about being gay in the 90s. We're talking about Bush
Right.
Senior era. Trump was still this fraudster in New York City. Like he wasn't this
Not even like a thing.
presidential political
Right.
thing. Yeah, he wasn't a thing. He was in Home Alone too. So
Correct.
So there's just something about it. And then there are people that brought this up and they're like, why wasn't this in the documentary? And I get why it wasn't in the documentary because it's not really a good storyline. People have to remember this is television and they need a storyline to sell to get you to watch. Okay. Is they got frauded by a guy pretending to be a Navy SEAL for over $200,000 saying like, I know where she is. I can go get her, all this other stuff. Like it's very public. He ended up going to jail for it. People are like, why isn't this talked about? And I was like, of course it's not talked about. It's not a good storyline.
I feel like it kind of is. That's interesting.
Well, they had enough money that they were willing to give $200,000. They were offering like a tons of money as like, if you know the whereabouts. I mean, they had hotlines.
Yeah.
People were giving money to them to try and help them do this. So there was just something about it. Another thing that struck me kind of odd coming from the parents' perspective is they left Curacao on a plane after the boat left because they only docked for a day. Like, either a day or a couple days after. I thought that was fucking weird. I don't
There's no
give a
fucking
shit
way
what
I'd leave my
cartel
child.
there. I'm giving you mom from Kevin McAllister, Home Alone 2. Ain't no mugger or thief gonna fuck with me because I guarantee you I'm more dangerous. My
Right.
kid is missing and I'm not leaving this island until I find something.
You'd have to drug me to get me on that plane.
100%.
Like, you would have to drug me.
I'm
I
not
would not
leaving.
leave that fucking island until somebody gave me answers. And let me tell you, God damn it, I would swim in front of that cruise ship before it left. That's also crazy to me. That a cruise ship was just like, we're going to go on with our stuff. See you later.
Like, talk about a liability. There's something also
That's what I
too
said.
about the cruise ship, the captain, it was just weird. They allowed everyone to clean the room. Like, it's an active crime scene. That's
was
weird.
off.
Even
Everything
in the 90s, that
felt
was weird.
off.
Everything was off. Everything felt off with the cruise ship. Obviously, I think the local government is being paid off. Like, it's cartel. It's a small island. They rely on tourism.
100%.
It's
100%.
very corrupt.
I also think
100% think that there's money
this
involved there.
specific cruise ship, because typically cruise ships, especially then, they went on the same trip every
over
time.
and over again. Yeah.
And the way that the cruise ship handled this tells me that some people were in on this. I don't think it was a lot of people. I think the captain, the cruise director, and the public's relation. Yeah, 100%. Because the if you guys watch the documentary, the cruise director is a fucking sleazeball. And the way that he talked about this situation was just like, I had a cruise to run. They just can't accept their daughter's dead. Like, bitch.
Literally, I think that's actually what he said. It was insane. Well, they sued the cruise line twice.
I mean, I would.
One time, they sued for wrongful death. Why did you do that?
Oh.
Yeah. They lost
Especially
those cases.
since
I think one
they
got
so
thrown
believe
out. They so
that their
believe that she
daughter's
didn't,
alive.
that she wasn't dead. A lot of people are very much insistent that, you know, she jumped and everything because she was the whole gay thing. She hated her parents that didn't like it and all this. I'm like, I don't believe that she committed suicide.
I don't think so either.
She got a new puppy. She just admitted her love for this woman.
Yeah.
She was excited to come back to her. Like, it was not at all giving, I want to end my life. I just don't believe that. I don't believe it.
But all of the interviews to me pointed towards her not suicidal at all.
I think I agree with you. I think she somehow, whether I kind of feel like she was like, I'm looking for some party favors. I think Yellow was like, I know where to get some, because there was obviously some sort of relationship there. I thought it was weird that she left to go back and meet him in the club. He wouldn't. Why would he have been in the club after it closed hours later?
Right.
Like, this was at like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
These cruise ships shut down at like 2 and force everyone to go to bed. This stuff is not open, so he's not hanging out in this club for 3 hours waiting for her. That was odd to me.
A lot of like sex trafficking victims, they don't have a lot of family ties. They don't have a lot of like, I find it odd that they would target somebody who is clearly with her family the whole time. Like, they are going to look for her. Typically, sex trafficking victims, unfortunately, don't have a lot of people looking for them, and that is a strategy thing. So I also found that odd too. Like, I don't know. Like,
another reason why I'm like questioning the brother is he's pushing this whole narrative that wasn't in the documentary, that these Scientology people had approached them on the ship but didn't know it was Scientology, and then these random people showed up to their room to like have conversations with them. He's posting about it online, and he's all over his ex Twitter thing, and like people are talking about it on the TikToks. And I looked it up. He's pushing this whole Scientology. They actually were in the room. The dad kicked them out. Why are you pushing this so hard? This is a really weird narrative. Why all of a sudden are you bringing up Scientology when you were pushing this human trafficking or suicide thing? So like, it's weird. It's fucking weird. You're reaching for all kinds of stories, and you're not sticking to one. You've been, like you said, guys were making a big deal about this for so many years, and now all of a sudden here we are 20 years later, and you're bringing it up again.
I don't know. I don't
it's
think
fishy.
It's fishy. I don't think she's alive. Or they do know that she's alive. They know exactly where she is, and they're still milking all of this.
It's 2025. You are telling me that you're tracking IP addresses of people on this website, and you're talking about
and you don't
all
know where
these
they are.
IP addresses over and over again, looking at these family things. Like, they were trying to hint that they thought that she was alive and looking at family photos over the years with their IP addresses. So you could track IP addresses, but you're saying, oh, the government can't cooperate, the FBI can't get information.
Well, that's another thing. If it's a U.S. citizen,
weird.
That I think odd too. Like, maybe I just don't know that. And if anybody's like in law enforcement, would love to know. If a U.S. citizen is missing, you can't go investigate that in another country if you have like.
I mean, there's probably a jurisdiction issue. Like, I mean, that part I kind of understand, but at the same time, like, there are things that you can trade to get there. Like, you're working with local law enforcement. Local law enforcement wasn't giving you anything. It's just, something's weird. It's weird.
As a mom, and at this point, I'm paying somebody to track that fucking IP address. You're going to give me an address, and I'm going to go. If it was potentially my child, even the faintest thought of it, my ass is getting an address and I will be there. Like, I understand that it's not safe, but like people do anything for their kids.
That island is not that big.
It's not a big island. Exactly. So I don't know. The whole thing is extremely fishy to me.
It's fishy. It's giving
It's
fishy.
fishy. Well,
something's not right.
BOL to the Bradley family.
BOL. You're hiding something. I do think you're hiding something.
Yeah. Your alive daughter.
Did you hear about the Celsius high noon situation?
Oh my God. I didn't even know that they were the same company. Did you?
No, I had no idea. I mean, it makes sense.
So if y'all haven't heard, a bunch of high noons were packaged in Celsius cans. So, and they have no way of knowing which ones are which because they're packed in with, you know, correctly labeled cans. And now there's this,
in
like,
a 12-pack. It was a 12-pack of Celsius. Yeah.
And so now
that was
there's
from a
this whole,
packaging error.
a whole movement on TikTok of people like opening up their Celsius and they're like, hope it's a high noon.
First of all, I'm not drinking anything that's called Astro Blast Blue Raspberry.
Okay, but it's yummy.
It just doesn't sound appealing.
Can you imagine expecting to have a little energy and suddenly you're just like, woo, at the gym or at work?
I can't imagine thinking you're getting an energy drink and all of a sudden you're actually drinking vodka. Talk about a fucking lawsuit. Are you kidding me? Like, what if a sober person got a hold of that? You're talking about, you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Or if you're allergic to alcohol, like we're talking people
a
with
million
celiac
things.
disease. I was just like, holy crap.
With the warnings, like legally, can somebody sue since they've been so forefront about the warnings and like the recalls? Or no? I don't
know the rules around that, but let me tell you something. Somebody's going to be asking for a payday.
Somebody's going to be asking
you
for a
about
payday.
had me accidentally drinking vodka. Girl, you're
Surely
getting fired.
a lot of
Somebody
people
is getting
lost
fired.
their job, right? Like, how do you do that and
you're
keep your
getting
job?
fired.
How does that even happen?
I don't know. I mean, shit happens all the time. Like, you're mass producing stuff and you're cranking stuff out, but there are systems in place and fail safes. Like, that stuff is regulated. How, like,
do you think they did it on purpose? Like, maybe they knew they were getting let go or something and they were like,
PR stunt?
Oh, maybe. But that just seems,
That's a
maybe it's not
dangerous PR
actually
stunt.
real. But yeah, but maybe it's not, maybe there's just none with vodka and they were just like, hey, our sales are a little
I haven't
low.
heard of anybody that got one.
Same. I haven't seen anyone get one, so maybe it was fake. Do you think? Oh, are we the first ones to say that?
Oh, are we on to something? Oh, they're giving good genes.
I was just gonna say maybe they kind of saw the Sydney Sweeney stuff and they were like, "Can we toe the line too?" And that's how they done towed the line.
And it actually didn't happen. And maybe
it
that
actually
blue
didn't
raspberry bullshit was one that actually wasn't selling well.
That wasn't
and
selling.
Now people are buying it because they're like, "Ooh, I want the vodka one."
Wait. I haven't heard anyone say this. I hope that we're the first ones to say this.
We are such conspiracy theorists.
God, we are, but we're also just good marketing people.
We are. Is that the title of the episode? The conspiracy theory?
That is actually kind of fucking genius.
Honestly, it kind of is. Like, nobody actually got impacted by it, so there's no way to prove or get a lawsuit because it didn't actually happen. But we now just sold a bunch of 12 packs, which is their largest pack, of Celsius.
Of our least excited. Maybe they just needed to get this flavor that wasn't selling out of the warehouse. And they were like, how the fuck can we sell all of these? I like it. Let's just go with that. Even if it wasn't a non-selling flavor. They were like, how can we make even more money?
How do we make it number one? Hello?
Oh, that's a good one.
I like the theory. I'm going with
Me
it.
too. I like
it's a
that
trend.
too. Look at us thinking outside the box.
Speaking of trend, have you seen the trend with the Nicki Minaj high heel thing?
The balancing thing. Who the fuck would do that and why?
You guys have got to stop doing these dumb trends that are putting
Please.
your health and wellness and your lives on the line to try and go viral. You people are insane.
People are doing it with their kids in their hand.
It's insane. For those of you that haven't seen it, Nicki Minaj started this in one of her songs. I forget the name of it. But they're balancing on one foot, like squat down with their legs crossed on a high, like a stiletto high heel. Yeah. And it started with people like just kind of doing it like on furniture. But now they're like, I've seen people stacking dumbbells, doing it on cans. I saw somebody climbing a light pole, doing it on a light pole. They're doing it on top of bar stools, on top of furniture. It's just wild. And there's videos now of people like doing it, of like failing at it. And people are hard falling. There was this woman that had a baby and like, I think it was like 4 or 5 months after she gave birth, fell, broke her fucking spine.
Oh my God. Like, I'm sorry. I don't want to say anybody deserves to get hurt, but like
What
you
did you think was going to
literally
happen?
like right. Like you pretty much said, "Hey, what's the one-way ticket to the hospital?" Unfortunately, you can't fix stupid, and social media really just highlights all of them, all of the dumb people in the world.
There's a lot of them. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Like,
Win
what the fuck did you
stupid
expect was going to
prizes
happen?
like a broken spine and probably a hurt infant. You fucking moron.
And now you think you're Cirque du Soleil. Bitch, you are Cirque du So dumb. Like, Darwinism at its finest. You know what, everybody? Go ahead, keep doing it.
What goes up must come down.
And I hope you come way down.
An object in motion stays in motion. Speaking of science, this is not actually speaking of science at all. Do you see, did you ever do the, it has nothing to do with any, actually, it just has something to do with school. So that's kind of where I was headed here. Did you
Okay,
ever
what
do
are we
the
talking about?
president's fitness test in school?
Yes, that shit was fucking traumatizing.
Oh, I loved it. My competitive ass loved it. I was like, let me just show all the boys they can't run as fast as me.
Well, as a trailer park kid who fitness was not pushed and wellness and eating healthy was not pushed and athleticism was not pushed for me, I hated it because now I'm in gym class with all of these people who already didn't like me, who was already picking on me because I'm the poor kid who wears black jeans, is now having to do a push-up challenge or do a pull-up challenge, and everyone's laughing at you because you can't do a single one, and it's fucking traumatizing. Or coming in last place while you're running a mile. I hated it. It was awful.
Oh my gosh. Well, President Trump wants to reinstate it.
One, I'm not fucking surprised. First of all, you go do the fitness test. I want to see you do the fitness test. Now that would be fucking comedy. I'm not saying that we shouldn't, though. My opinion is we need to be doing something with health and wellness, fitness, and nutrition in schools. We need to be teaching that shit
Yeah.
like home economics because we're not, especially in low income areas. Like, we need to be talking about
Yeah.
what that means, but
Yeah.
at an early age. Like, I'm on the board of a nonprofit that focuses on teaching young kids in early education about experimenting with fruits and vegetables and stuff. And, like, it's great. Dr. Young Project, y'all look it up. It's a great organization. We need to be doing something, but I don't know if
Something.
forcing kids to hang from a pull-up bar.
Yeah, yeah. Well, a big reason they got rid of it was just because of it mental health issues. Because I mean, it's an intense test for kids. It is.
Can confirm.
And so, from that aspect, and as somebody who does fitness for a living, the mental side of it is probably bigger than the physical side of it. Anybody can get fit, right? But the mental side of it is huge, and kids are just so impressionable that the sentiment, yes, like the idea of making sure that there is some sort of curriculum and point system for kids to strive for when it comes to health and wellness, because the
But it
reality
needs to be
is
taught as a lifestyle.
yeah. Reality is we have a really severe childhood obesity issue in the United
100%.
States. We do.
And it keeps increasing.
Yeah. So we got to do something. And I think there's other better ways to do it. I don't hate the idea of some sort of like something that you get graded on, but
There is absolutely a childhood obesity problem in this country. Pre-pandemic, it was estimated between 32 and 33% of the children in our country are considered obese. It is up to 35 to 36%, depending on which agencies you ask. But these are numbers coming out of the federal government. Like, it is absolutely an issue. It is one reason we talk about it at the nonprofit. But
Yeah.
we also talk about treating nutrition the same way that we treat reading. If a child wasn't reading or was struggling with reading because of whatever, maybe neurodivergency or struggle, whatever the case may be, we don't give up on kids learning to read. Why don't we treat the
Right.
same way that we treat health and wellness, nutrition, and physical activity?
Yeah.
Why aren't we teaching more kids its repetitiveness? Our studies show at the nonprofit it takes up to 15 times of practice, like it does with reading, to get kids to understand that. It's just wild to me that we're not focusing more on it in early age. Like,
Yeah.
great, you want to do it in high school, but at this point, people have their lifestyles already.
Yeah.
And the thing is that lifestyle happens holistically as a family and at home. It's another thing we talk about. You can't just go to the kid and expect the kid to change everything and teach the
Yeah.
parents. Like, if you do it at an early age, it becomes something that is promoted in the home. Like, it has to be the
Yeah.
whole family, but something needs to be done. I don't know if just reinstating something like this, I don't know. It's
yeah.
Ugh.
I think I appreciate that we're taking steps, something. We need to
Yeah.
do something. I don't know what it is. And unfortunately, I think a big reason why we don't teach it in schools, and why more and more kids don't know, is because adults don't have fitness and wellness literacy. And how do you expect kids to learn it if the adults don't even know how to feed themselves? You know, so it's a big problem to tackle, and I don't know that like one thing it's not going to fix it. But we got to do something. It's a step, and I don't necessarily think the presidential fitness test is the best one for it because it is a difficult test. But I totally agree with you. I think we've got to start from a very young age teaching children. You know, the importance of being active and eating well.
It's middle school and high school. We've never talked about fitness before. Now get your ass out there and run a mile.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I started learning, for example, like I started learning about sex in 4th grade. You're telling me you can teach children about sex, but you can't teach them how to feed themselves properly and how to move their bodies?
That's a great point. We learned about it like when I was in school. It was like 4th or 5th
really
grade.
Young.
We can talk to kids about sex, but we can't talk to kids about fruits and vegetables and caloric intake and the importance of physical activity.
Exactly.
Like we had PE class, like you forced us to go to PE class, but you didn't talk about the nutrition and the lifestyle around. I agree.
Yeah.
We need to. This is why we need the Department of Education.
We need to pay teachers more.
That I fucking 100% agree.
We need to be paying teachers more. Like, how about we take some of our taxes and put it to that? When I see half my year's income pretty much go to fucking whatever taxes, if I saw that most of that went to paying teachers, I'd be like, you know what? Good on you. Yes. Good with that.
100%.
Good with that.
And now we're diverting a shit ton of our taxes into so much stuff that's not helping people, but we can't put it towards teachers. Like the teachers' incomes are ridiculous.
Wild.
And we're getting a teacher shortage. There's a lot of places that had teacher shortages because you're not paying these people.
Because they're not paying them enough.
These people spend so much of their own money. It's wild. Totally
and
agree.
I'm sorry. I hate when people are like, oh, well, if I didn't work for 2 months out of the year, I'd be making that. I'm sorry. You don't have to work with kids every day. You don't have to work with kids every fucking day. Kids are kind of the worst. Kids are kind of the worst, especially like high schools.
And so are their fucking parents.
And so are their parents. So you know what? If anyone deserves 2 months of leave to just recollect themselves so they can be a better teacher for your children, again, happy to give my money to that teacher. Happy.
100%. 6 figures, good health care, time off, inspiring and motivation for teachers to be better and to do more because people are doing so much with so little. Like Katie, I love you so much. I know you listen. This is just one of her favorite things. She's the one that posted on her Instagram this week. She's a teacher and I want her to be the best teacher and she deserves more money. Katie, I am advocating for you. We're advocating for you. You need more money.
Like what can we do to make sure teachers feel that they're valued? Because they're the most, I would say they are one of the most important job.
They're the front line for our kids.
Yes.
Talk about a better person advocating for your health and wellness than a teacher.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember so many teachers, like I remember my kindergarten teacher, my 1st grade teacher, Mrs. Stern in the early 90s, who was the kindest woman who taught me so much about myself. I remember her so vividly. I remember so many of my teachers, so many teachers that made me who I am as a human today.
Yeah, because that's when you're the
did
most
it almost
moldable.
out of the kindness of their heart. Yes.
Yes, 100%. You want to know what's funny is when I was little, I always thought teachers' last names were their first names. And I was always like, why do these teachers have such crazy names? Like, why did their parents name them that? I always thought my kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Heaton, I was like, Heaton's a weird fucking name. Why did your parents name you that? But shout out to the teachers if we had the funds. You know what, CJ, if we ever, okay, let's make a pact right here, right now. If we ever make it big and we are gabillionaires, hopefully that happens, we should start a foundation funded by ourselves to give somehow give teacher as many teachers as we can better salaries.
I support that 100%.
You heard it here first, folks.
Maybe I should start doing that. I already donate a percentage of my salary every year to nonprofits. Like, I believe if you want trickle-down economics to work, then you need to give back. I give about 5% or more. Sometimes it's 7 or 8% of my money every single year to nonprofits.
I love that. I'm all about giving to what you want to give to.
Yeah. And right now, there's a lot of them that need it because there's a lot of funding that has just dried up.
Yeah. Yeah. That means a whole nother topic. I just believe people should pay into what they believe in personally, you know?
Everyone, especially if you have money.
Yeah. If I had more monies, I'd pay into more people, but I need my monies right now.
Funny, we had this conversation just not too long ago about Jeff Bezos, billionaire status. So I'm happy to hear you say that.
Listen, I think, like I said then, do I think they should. Yeah. Do I think they should they legally should have to? No, I think they should, because I think people should be good fucking people. But if I would like everyone to know, if I ever have the opportunity in my lifetime to become a billionaire, which I don't think will happen, but if I did, I would give back.
Well, it starts with $10.
Yes.
No.
I can always give.
Donate $10 to a nonprofit this week. That's your challenge.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay.
Happy to.
Whatever one that's passionate to you. I'm going to recommend the Dr. Young Project just because I know that you believe in health and wellness in children. But
send me a link. Send me a link.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Deal.
Actually, wait, that's amazing, because I need to do more charity giving through the business just for tax purposes. So say less. Yeah, give me a link. Happy to do that.
Not only that, I'm going to challenge everybody. Donate to the Dr. Young Project. It's my favorite project. I'm going to put the link to their donation page in the show notes of every platform we're on. Everybody give $5 to $10. I'm challenging you.
Yes. Promotes health and wellness in young children and in their families as well. So great thing to give back to. Go us.
Period. Go us.
All right. You ready to move on to INYO?
Yes.
One of my closest friends has had a huge crush on this guy we met through mutual friends for some time now. We see him every so often when we're out with different friend groups, and every time we see him, she won't shut up about him. He's always so nice, seems like a great guy, and pretty engaging. I've told my friends many times to just straight up ask him out and see how it goes. She says she's too nervous and feels like it should be his responsibility to ask her. Am I a bad friend if I reach out to him to let him know that my friend is interested in him, just to speed things up?
The other part of me is like the plot. Like, what if you create a match made in heaven? Because I have done that. Because I have done that before. My best friend Belinda and her husband Emmanuel, at their wedding, there's this gentleman named Stelios and Vicky. Vicky's best friends with Belinda. Stelios is best friends with Emmanuel. They'd been friends with him for many, many years.
Perfect.
Stelios, I remember at the wedding we were in Tulum, was like, oh, this woman is so beautiful. She seems so kind. And I was like, well, why don't you just go up and introduce yourself? Like, just get to know her. And he's very, very shy. So I kind of did for him. And we're at the wedding and I'm sitting down and I'm just like talking to Vicky, and I kind of waved over to him and he went, hey, what are you guys doing? I was like, hey, Stelios, have you met Vicky? And I just literally sat down and kind of facilitated a conversation, and I'll be like, I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the restroom. And now they're like engaged to be engaged. They've been together
Shut
for years.
up. Not engaged.
Yeah, they're so in love. They live together. They live in San Diego. He is like,
is he Greek?
A surgeon. I don't know.
Greek name.
They're both very kind, amazing human beings. They're like in love and have been in love for like years now. Like, I don't know if maybe there's a way to constantly get them in the same room and judge his feelings, like see how his behavior is back towards her. And then have conversations with her, be like, play a chill, girl. Like, be a good wing woman without going up to him to say, my girlfriend likes you. You should ask her out. Like, what are we in high school?
Check yes or no. I think life's too short. Here's the worst that can happen is what? She's going to be mad at you for what? Maybe a month max, and then it's probably going to be fine. Or the best that can happen is he's like, oh my God, I didn't even think that she liked me. They are a match made in heaven. I kind of think you should. I think you should do it. You could just be like, hey, she's got a little thing for you. So if you feel like going on a date, she'd be a good one to go with. You make it simple, easy. And if she finds out, because here's the thing, what you're going to know right away if he likes her or not. And if he doesn't, you could kind of maybe steer her off that path.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. I think you create scenarios where you're in group settings, but small group settings. Like, it sounds like you guys either like see each other out a lot. Like, you're probably running with similar circles, that Venn diagram. Like, I'm sure where you sounds like where you are is like small settings. I mean, it happens in a big city. Even here, I see the same people over and over again.
Yeah.
Create a smaller group setting, like maybe a little house party or something. And like, I don't know, play, a casual game, not like spin the bottle or take your clothes 7 minutes in heaven.
Like, maybe everybody make plans, but then you and your other friends cancel. Like, last minute, absolute last minute. Like, oh my God, all of us got food poisoning at the same time. And you could do that.
Set it up. Yeah. Do something like cute and set up-y, but don't, don't be weird about it.
Ooh, love. That's fun.
And then tell us what happens, because we love a plot.
Make sure it's like don't like leave them alone at a dinner. Like, do it at like a Splitsville or like something that has an activity, so that they don't be like, oh fuck, should we leave? Like they're already there and it's an engaging thing, and it's not something that it's just this awkward like dinner, especially if they've never hung out one-on-one. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
like something
idea.
where they're almost forced to like be together, like a little putt-putt
Yeah.
situation.
Yes.
Or yeah, but
Putt-putt
don't do
is
anything like extreme where
romantic.
she's gonna sweat. I don't recommend an escape room where you have to expose bad
Ew,
sides of people.
I hate escape rooms. That is
I
why
love
do
escape
people
rooms.
enjoy? I can't. Well, you like a puzzle. I'm
I
like,
love a puzzle.
I'm getting anxiety in the space right now. The walls are closing in. I am not that clever. Listen, if I am ever in a situation, real life situation where I'm being held somewhere and I've got it like a saw kind of thing. Do you know who's going first? You know who's
You're
off
dying.
first?
You're 100%
Me.
dying.
I'm 100% dying. I am like, not for me. This is my time to go.
See, and that's something I'm constantly thinking about in my head. If I'm caught in this situation, what would I do? Like if I'm in a zombie apocalypse, I already know the first few things that I'm going to do. If I'm stuck in a locked room situation or hostage, like I'm constantly thinking about like this escape mentality. What am I going to do to survival mode? I'm just that person. I love escape rooms.
Power to you. Power to the people that can get themselves
good
out of a
ones.
situation, are good with puzzles, that kind of stuff. That is not me. That is so not me. You know what my worst fear is if I ever get abducted? It's not the bad things. It's not like being RAPED. It's not being offed. It's like, okay, someone puts me in the back of a van for a while. I have to pee every 5 minutes. Am I going to just pee myself?
That is so fair.
That's my worst. Like, I'm like, what if I have to poop and I'm being held somewhere without like toilet paper?
No one ever talks about that. You don't ever see
No
those
one
situations in these
talks
Liam
about
Neeson
that.
movies.
Like in these situations, like do these people just no longer have to do human things? Do you know? That's my concern. I've accepted my fate at that point, like of what's going to happen to me that's bad. But like I'd at least like to
Maybe
be
that's your
comfortable.
out. You just shit yourself, and now these people have to smell it and deal with it. And it's
I
like,
guess,
that's how
but
to get
like
rid of
I'm
it.
like I guess if I'm gonna be violated, I at least want to feel good about myself. So,
I'm not violating anybody that's covered in their own feces.
but I don't want them to be mad at me either. That's my people pleasing.
Not you
Like-
telling your kidnappers to not be mad at you. Like, what is wrong
Like,
with you?
I'm sorry. not me apologizing to my kidnapper. Cool. Anyway. Oh my God, what a tangent. Anyway, yeah, set them up on a date.
Just not an escape room.
Right.
Take him to a Tough Mudder. See how that goes. Everybody, have a great week. I'm so excited that you're
BLL.
alive.
BLL.
BLL.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyway,
Bye.
have a great week, guys.